Hey guys, Hardy here. I'm making a GreatSword guy because I'm planning on playing it for Mammoth Cup. I think I'm going to main Jaeun or at least pocket him with Theros, so I thought I'd show you all some stuff I learned for it. So before we get started, I just want to say that this guide is based on what I learned with the weapon. I don't think anyone's really developed all the optimal stuff for the weapon, so I'm just giving you ideas of things that I do that have worked for me. Okay, so starting off with the normals, you have Sidelight. This is your main punish option in my opinion, if you are going to punish like on the ground with a normal, because it leads to easier reads than the rest of the options. For example, you can do Chase Dodge Endlight after. It's a lot easier to use than Endlight or Downlight for reading dodges. Endlight's extremely hard to read off of compared to the other ones because you have to actually know exactly where they're going. You can't do a read that'll cover multiple options. So unless you can't hit the Sidelight, I suggest going for that for Sidelight all the time on the ground, if that's what you're going to punish with. If you need to kill, you can just dash Sig though, but for normals, definitely punish with this because you can get big punishes off of Sidelight. Downlight also you can get big punishes off of, but Endlight, it's really, like, you don't get too much. Like, that might be something you get, but you'd also have to read them after the dodge if they jump or fast wall, so I'd suggest sticking with it. I really only use Endlight in neutral if they're floating and they're on their way down, or if I whiff a move and then dash Endlight. I'll get into dash canceling a little later into this because it's really helpful in neutral and pretty easy to do. You can also dash D-Light if they're farther away, but for the dash cancel, but Sidelight's your best punish option, and then Downlight if you can do that, it also works. Don't really use Endlight to punish, because Sidelight also hits stack just like Endlight, so there's no really reason. If you do hit an Endlight, because you say you hit that, for example, N6's really good to read off of it if you don't know exactly where they're going, because it's the only thing that'll cover like multiple options for it, I believe. So moving on to like the aerials, you have Nair. It's really good actually because it has like no recovery frames and you can fade away after missing to avoid getting punished, and it actually sends pretty far and can lead to early kills if you follow it up with a recovery. That could kill if you like follow a little higher health. That could have killed, and then you can also go for like another Nair, an exhausted recovery, and lead to early kills. The recovery itself is like really good. It starts up a little slow, but that's okay because of how far it hits, and like if you go to the ground with it, you can cover the ground and the air like this, and it kills pretty early. Like, let's see, 110. I doubt it would kill at that, but for a recovery, it kills insanely early.
Dominating.
Yeah, that almost killed at 140. And if you hit them while they're in the air, that would have killed. Like if they were in the air and I anti-aired them with it. The Dare used to have 2 true combos to it. They nerfed it, I believe, so they are 1 and 2 frames now. That's 1 frame, that's Dare into Endlight, and this is Dare into Downlight. It is 2 frames. They're both unjumpable, and the Dare into Downlight will kill if you have them around like 180 probably. Go into Endlight if you're going to go for something, unless the Downlight's going to kill. So the Endlight leads to like a follow-up option, something like that. Whereas the Downlight is going to send them too far to follow up off of. So unless it's going to kill, there's no reason to do it. Especially like if they're like orange health, you can do something like this and try and get like a quick kill off of it. If you are going to do Downlight, at least make sure they're hurt enough for you to get stage control off of it. The Sarah you're not really going to use unless you're off stage. I don't really ever use this in neutral. It has so many more recovery frames than everything else on GreatSword. I don't feel like there's any purpose to use it on stage. Maybe in a read, but off stage is pretty good because it spikes, but you're going to get punished a lot if you use this. So be careful with that. If you catch their dodge in neutral with, let's say, for example, Endlight or Sidelight, there's a really simple combo you can do. After you hit it, you just do Downlight and then Endlight. It's unjumpable. It should work if their dodge is gone. So off of Sidelight, you can also do Sidelight Endlight if their dodge is gone, and that should catch their jump. Whereas I think if they jump off of Sidelight, it won't work if you do Downlight. But off of Endlight, it will. So Endlight, Downlight, Endlight for no dodge, and then if you hit the Sidelight, Endlight should work. Or Sidelight, Endlight, Sidelight is probably a better option since that's unjumpable, and it'll send pretty far. If you do end up, if they do have a dodge and you want to read with GreatSword, Sidelight's the best combo starter in my opinion. You can do chase, dodge, end light. It'll catch a lot of dodges. So if you do end up catching their dodge, the basic read you could do off of it, so let's say you get their dodge right here, with that end light, off of that end light, you can do side light, because when you hit them up, it changes the way they're hit. So off of the up dodge read, you do side light, and then you can do chase dodge side light, but I believe that one is jumpable. So it just depends on if you want to guess if they're going to jump or not. If they are going to jump, you can do this. Come on, bot. If they are going to jump, you can just do end light, down light, end light. It's good damage. I typically go for something like this because a lot of people don't jump, and if you whiff, you can usually cover it anyways by catching their jump with like a recovery. As GreatSword can just dash cancel pretty much everything or jump cancel everything. If it's gonna kill, go for the guaranteed thing always though. So like, it'd probably kill around here, I'd say. So if you read it and it's gonna kill, make sure you kill him. Don't go for like a guess when you can just get the guaranteed kill. It can kill pretty early as well, starting around like dark orange. So if you catch the dodge off of up, that's the main go-to string. So you should mess around with dash canceling your combos. You don't really want to do ones that are jumpable because most people will get out of them. And I don't think anyone's found all the optimal combos for the weapon yet. I'm just going to show you what all isn't jumpable. So if you get their dodge, what you can punish with. So like if you have their dodge off of side light, you can do end light, and then you can go into a dash end light or a chase dodge end light, and that's also not jumpable. And then end light into down light is also not jumpable. So this would be the whole string if you catch a dodge. So you would do end light, down light, end light at the end of it. That's all unjumpable, this entire thing. So make sure if you catch their dodge, you do something that's unjumpable, something like that. You don't want to do side light, down light, as it can be jumpable. Like if I turn jump on right here, sometimes they'll jump, sometimes they won't. It depends how you hit the side light. I don't suggest doing it because it's inconsistent. I don't like dropping and then losing a game because of it. So I do side light, end light. I've been seeing a lot of players do side light, down light, but I don't like the inconsistency. Another thing you can do is like, if you need to kill, like they're in a certain health, dash end sig and dash turnaround end sig cover like everything. So it's like a 50-50 almost. So if they're in like red or dark orange, that can actually kill if they dodge up. So it's a really good read. You should abuse this sig honestly, because even if you throw it out, it's not even going to get punished a lot of the time. Like if you do this and they dodge away, how are they going to punish that, you know? You can use down air in your combos. It's jumpable, but if they don't jump, it could work, I guess. I see some players doing it. I don't really do it because it's inconsistent, and a lot of people jump off of getting hit. I don't think it's really worth it. I think it's overrated. For your dash canceling and neutral, this is like really important. Kind of like super basic and easy to do, and it's really good in neutral. That's what I think is so good about GreatSword. If you whiff a move, you can just dash and press another one, or you can backdash, wait for them to miss trying to punish your side light, and then punish them for doing that. As well as your recovery covers like everything in the air. Like it has so much range, and it's really hard to miss, to be honest. So if you're right here, you can dash down light after you whiff, or you can just like wait for them to miss. Because if someone tries to punish that and you backdash, you can just dash back up and punish them. It's really simple. Just work on dash canceling. That's the main thing about GreatSword. You're not going to really... you're not going to really play, like... You're going to throw a lot of attacks out on GreatSword, to be honest. It's really dumb. It doesn't have any recovery frames, and it's super simple. So, try to play neutral like that. I'll show you some clips towards the end of the video. I'm literally just mashing buttons, and it works. I think this weapon could use a nerf on recovery frames, but until it gets it, I'm just going to abuse this. So yeah, that's pretty simple, how you play neutral. That's literally all I do. If they're in the air, I wait in recovery or end light. If they're on the ground, I just kind of dash cancel everything. So there's no reason to play like aerial based with this weapon, as all your dash cancels make you safe on the ground. What else was there? Off of downlight, if you delay your attack after, you can read dodges with it and go into like a chase dodge end light, something like that, or chase dodge side light. Side light's probably better, to be honest. You can get some pretty big strings off of it. So delayed end light after hitting someone is pretty good for reading, or any of your moves delayed can work, but end light covers up. You can mess around with this and try and see what you can cover with your options, but if you don't want to dash cancel, that is an option you can do if you don't have the dash canceling down yet. Your Sigs on Jaeun, by the way, if you're playing Jaeun, I know Mako is coming out pretty soon. I haven't really checked out their Sigs like that, but this Sig in particular, the side Sig, it goes extremely far and it catches them even in the air. So if you whiff a move, you can backdash after and then side Sig, and it'll even reach from there. And a lot of people will try to punish, and then you can Sig them, and it kills pretty early. Like, let's see how early this can kill. Like, that almost killed it 100. And if you hit it at the edge of the map, like if you were in the middle and they were at the corner and you did something like that, it would kill at that health. So I use sidelight to bait out this Sig a lot. I'll purposely whiff and then backdash and just punish, and it kills insanely early. You can do this with any of his normals too, but if you need to kill, the side Sig works. The end Sig's also broken because you're not getting punished, and it reads off of a lot of things. If you need to kill, with Jaeun you can also switch to sword, because he's got some broken sword Sigs too. That's not really punishable, and this kills insanely early. If like they're coming up from the wall, for example, and you go like that and it hits them, it's gonna kill it like 100. I'm not really gonna go into the sword because I'm just doing a tutorial on the GreatSword, but some of the reads, I found a read off of end light that you can do. So if they dodge up, I found it was hard to read dodge up other than with a Sig for this weapon off of end light. So I found a read that works at lower health. It's a 50-50 after you hit the Sair, which would be this. You can read that they're gonna jump, and if they jump, you can do something like that. And then if they don't jump, I do something like, I'll do a dare off of that, and then you can go off of that for more of a combo. The recovery and a nair should work with their dodge gone, I believe. So you could do a nair after that recovery. It just depends. You gotta guess if they're gonna jump or if they're gonna fast fall or wake up with a button. If they don't do anything, you can dare though into the ground, and then you can get end light 1 frame after, so it'll still be true. They might not even have their dodge back after that, so depending on how much stage control you have, you can combo off of that. It's something I still gotta look into for a read that I use in game, but that should cover up dodge pretty well. I've noticed like you can do it with like recovery, but you don't really get much after that, so just experiment with it, see what you can get. Other than that, I just dash cancel for reading like in or down or something like that. Up's really the tough one, because most people will just Sig to cover that, but you don't really get too much out of that, and I didn't really like that. So just experiment with it. Off stage, there's some tech you can do. You can dare into another dare without like, so you dare and then just dare again. And if they jump or do nothing, it should hit either one. So if they're not dodging after getting hit off stage, that works really well. After you hit a dare, you can do jump ground pound if they're like jumping or dodging up and into the stage or something like that, but I don't really suggest going off stage too much with this weapon because it's kind of got a lot of recovery frames when you whiff. The ground pound's pretty good, but other than that, it's like you're going to get punished on a lot of stuff and you're going to die if you whiff off stage. So unless you know you're going to hit the move, like they used all their options coming back to the stage, I suggest just staying on the stage and just playing it safe. Other than that, if you're having trouble killing, just abuse the recovery. The Sigs on Jaeun are broken, so you can abuse those too, but the recovery is really early killing, and if you get a read, you can kill pretty early as well. So if you do something like that, you can get a pretty early kill as well. it can be a little hard to kill with the weapon at first. So like I said, just switch over to sword if you're struggling because it has guaranteed combos. Once they get past like probably this health, I'd say just switch over to sword. Pretty simple kills from there since you have true combos. And on GreatSword, you have to read them to kill them if you're not sigging, because none of these have true combos. I'm gonna show you all some clips of like me just playing neutral and
so
dash
I'm gonna
canceling.
show you what I
Very
meant
simple.
about, and it works.
Dash canceling on whiff right here in neutral. As you can see, he can't really punish anything I'm doing. I'm just pressing a button and then dashing and pressing a button and dashing, and he can't really punish it. So give it a try. It's really simple to do, and I haven't really found anyone that can punish it consistently. Just learn your spacing on it, and it's very simple. I'm going to show you all an example of how early the recovery can kill and how easy it is to hit. So right here, I just spammed recovery and I literally killed him at like an early red health kill. It's really hard to punish and it comes out quick and it covers a lot, so throw it out if you can't get a kill. So this is just another example of how easy it is to juggle with Nair and recovery and how quickly it can build up damage. You can see I whiffed the Nair and I was still able to hit the recovery. And as you can see right there, I'm just dash canceling a neutral.